Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now, stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. You guys know the drill. As of late, I've just been in and out, and I'm really just going with the flow and how God is giving things to me as He gives them to me. Today, I want to talk to you about staying ready. I just went through some things recently, and had I not been ready for the things that popped up on me, everything could have turned out to be a disaster. Okay? There will be things that come up, and you will see that if you make the choice right now while nothing is going on, while you have free time, while you can contemplate and decide and figure out if something happens, how you may want to approach it. Also, having that little part of you that says, you know what? I'm just going to have in my mind that anything can happen. And I am going to expect the unexpected. Whatever it is you're telling me that I need to do, God, if I need to change my wardrobe, if I need to pack a bag, if I need to call someone, if I need to set something aside, if I need to take care of something, stay ready in this season because things will move quickly. Things will happen fast for you. But if you are aware of this knowledge and you know that things can be shifting and changing for you, and all you're doing is hearing it and then letting it go in one ear and out the other, then you put yourself at a disadvantage. You do yourself a grave disservice every time God gives you a word, every time God gives you something directly, and you do not take action with what He gives you. And even if that action sometimes is inaction. Sometimes God may tell you to do something and you're so used to feeling like you got to pick up and start helping Him out that sometimes it's, okay, I just wanted to make you aware. Now your responsibility is to sit and wait and be patient. Okay. A part of staying ready also is built in to kind of help you from becoming angry, from becoming impatient. And that brings me to the other part of what I wanted to talk to you about today. When you quote unquote stay ready, that means that when precarious situations pop up on you, the triggers that could cause you to be short-tempered, lack patience, to be aggravated and agitated. When these things pop up, you have a completely different perspective. Why? Because you have already prepared yourself for anything to happen. So if you show up and it's not what you thought, you are not going to lose it. You're going to be perfectly fine because you've already prepared yourself for that. And I can tell you personally, when it comes to patience and things like that, I remember years and years ago, a mentor of mine, an old mentor, told me, they were like, you know what? Don't pray for patience. Because if you pray for patience, things are going to come that's going to get on your nerves. Like it's going to vex your nerves. So just do not pray for patience. So my thing was, how do I pray for the gift of patience and to learn how to, I guess, maybe wait, or it's another word I'm thinking of, y'all. And I'm having a brain fart, I guess. I don't know. I cannot think of this word that I'm trying to say. Goodness. Oh, well. But anyway, it's like, we're waiting and waiting gracefully, so to speak, learning how to wait with grace so that it's not becoming impatience. So when I was thinking about that, I'm like, man, all right, God, how do I get that attribute of being patient without asking for things that will come and cause me to be impatient? and would really upset me. And so it's kind of that thing, I don't know if you ever heard of the old adage, the cause and the cure is the same thing. And I think that's what it all boiled down to for me, because I began to see that in order for me to be patient, things that make me impatient would be the only thing to get that result. So it didn't matter how I tried to craft my prayers. God knew my heart was that I did not want to be how I used to be. I didn't want that. And even now I can just feel some changes. I can feel that the prayers are moving, because when you get to a place in your life and you begin to say, Lord, I want to stay ready. I don't want to be impatient anymore. I want to stay focused on you. I don't want to miss this thing that you're trying to do in my life. Everything changes at that point. More importantly, the thing that really sticks out is that you have got to move in that moment when God is showing you the lesson, when God is trying to teach you, hey, listen, this is how you become more patient. And I'll tell you as I close, multiple times within the last 3 days, I have been getting the same confirmation, a personal confirmation about something, okay? Mind you, I finally did my decree and declaration for November. I did it a few days late. I think I mentioned it either on social media. I may have said it on here. I can't remember. But basically, I had to go do this recording. And ever since I did that recording, y'all, I've done them every month this year. Every month this year. I did not miss a month in 2018. I did a declaration every month about something, right? But for whatever reason, when it came down to this one the other day, there was such a passion in me. There was such a depth. There was such a range of emotion, much like how I felt when I initially started January, February. And really, the message for November was reminiscent of the angst and the energy I had in the February declaration. And so I knew when I was there mentally, there was a whole lot going on, and I needed to get over the hump. I needed to push past whatever it is that was holding me hostage and keeping me in the situation that I was in, right? So in this particular case, the one for November, I'm calling out some things that I'm desiring, but I'm sincerely, from the gut, y'all, I'm just going in. And there was a passion, there was a thriving, there was a belief that in those words there was power, and God was going to do something with it. I say all that to say this to you. I had to realize that because in that moment, I was so serious about becoming a better person. I was so serious about being specific and really following the word when it came down to, hey, you have not because you ask not. Speak those things that are not as though they were. If you have questions about something, if you need to know about the hidden things, you can literally go before the throne of grace. And I mentioned this to you guys another time too, but I had to learn the difference between begging and going boldly. And in this particular